Hi, I'm R.C. Wilkinson from Open Door Ministries, Long Beach, California, and we're here discussing how to speak Christian, and this week's word is forgiveness. Forgiveness is such an important word. It's important for your spiritual growth and for your emotional and psychological well-being. But the question is, what is forgiveness? Forgiveness, when you look at all the Hebrew and Greek words, boils down to one idea: the forgiveness or the erasure of a debt. When someone sins against you, they create a debt. You are due some kind of restitution. Forgiveness is erasing that debt and seeking no restitution, no revenge, no retaliation. That's why in some translations of the Lord's Prayer, it says, "Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors." So when someone sins against you, and that's the key, it needs to be a sin against you, not something you didn't like or not something you didn't agree with. But when someone sins against you, they owe you a debt, and you can erase that debt. When you erase the debt that has incurred, you have forgiven their sin. And this is what Paul teaches about Jesus, that the wages of sin is death, and by Christ's death, he has erased our debt. Second, it's important to note that forgiveness is not the same as reconciliation. Forgiving a debt doesn't mean that you bring back together the broken relationship. You can forgive a hurtful or toxic person and still choose not to reconcile with them. Abusive people, like spousal abusers or domestic abusers, oftentimes will use this word forgiveness as a means of manipulating people. They claim that you haven't forgiven them if you don't reconcile with them and allow them back into your life. This is completely untrue. You can forgive the debt and seek no retaliation, no revenge, no restitution, and at the same time choose not to reconcile with them. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to put yourself back in harm's way. Finally, remember that we are not to wait until somebody asks us forgiveness, but we are to give forgiveness freely. We are to imitate Jesus in this, who freely gave forgiveness to the entire world that didn't even ask him for it. However, the issue of reconciliation is a work in progress. Jesus is busy reconciling the world to himself even today. Again, we can give that forgiveness, but we may not be able to reconcile with a person until they actually change. So forgive freely as Jesus forgave you and everyone, and work towards reconciliation as Jesus is working towards reconciling the world. Most important, don't withhold forgiveness. It can cause spiritual sickness in you, and stay safe. And avoid these toxic people who may be trying to manipulate you. So that's it for forgiveness this week. We'll be back with more Speaking Christian later, and until then, God bless.